Hello and welcome to Is This Game Worth the Hype? It is Awaken Chaos Era. This video is going to let you know my opinion on Awaken Chaos Era now that it's been globally launched. I've spent over $4,000 on the game, as well as playing a free-to-play account as well, which is 100% free-to-play. So I have experienced both sides of this game and am continuing to experience both sides of this game. I'm going to let you know where the positives are, where the negatives are, what is true about the hype and what is not true about the hype for this game. It is going to be a bluntly honest review from somebody who is not sponsored, not affiliated, and will not be joining their content creator program no matter what. If you're wondering why, not really interested in working with the people in my experience. Now, I will let you know one thing about this game, which is free-to-play friendliness. People are going to be asking about that right off the bat, so I would like to go ahead and answer that question. This is a $4,000 account. Each one of these stars means I pulled another legendary version of that hero. So when you see this Lydia, I have pulled 7 legendaries of this hero in order to have her fully maxed out. I have pulled 6 versions of this legendary. I have pulled 6 versions of this legendary, 5 of this, and etc., etc. You can go down and do the math yourself. What does this mean? This means that the amount of legendaries you're getting in comparison to the ratio of legendaries you get in another game are actually pretty good. Okay, so I will explain why. If you go to the summoning system, it's 100 summons will give you a guaranteed legendary, meaning that the guaranteed legendaries aren't ridiculous. Like for Raid Shadow Legends, it is 220 is the ultimate pity, whereas in this game, they have a pity for an epic at 20 shards pulled and a pity for a legendary at 100 shards pulled. Okay, so for that reason, yes, acquiring characters is easier. Now, when you're free to play and you start the game, yes, you get to pick something called a rookie summons and pick one of basically 3 different legendaries, which are 3 of 7 different legendaries within that pool. But the other reason this game is free to play friendly is because a lot of the heroes that are top tier are actually epic. And if you look, Windstreck's very top tier. Zadlux you can actually get for free. Gajar is a epic that's very good. Santis you can get for free by farming as well. She is a hero that is basically fusible or synthesis. Okay, Nathalia is an amazing hero that you literally get just when you start the game for free. They just give it to you as a global launch reward. William, another amazing epic. And there's even some commons that are viable as well. So in my personal opinion, in this game, when you pull a new hero, most times the heroes are almost immediately usable, or at least have a fun way of being able to interact with them with another hero or something like that. So free to play friendly is yes, that's a check mark for me. Okay, now in-game viable and repetitive gameplay, meaning is there enough at the in-game to continue playing the game? Yes, there is. If you go to the guild battles, there is a clan boss. The clan boss is basically like the clan boss from Raid Shadow Legends. You get 2 keys a day, you attack it, you get rewards depending upon how well you've done, and then depending upon how well your clan is actually doing, at the end of the week, everyone is going to get rewards here as well. And you can see last week I had a good performance of loot level 24, so you can go in here and you can pick different rewards based upon that. It's kind of like a scratch off lottery thing. So for that reason, being in a good guild matters, as well as it's really cool and an interactive way of helping out other teammates. There's also quests you can complete, etc. So the questing and guild system's pretty good. Now, speaking of the questing system, that's another thing I want to mention. The quests are a fantastic way of being able to level gear in this game, and gear is really the in-game grind. I'm going to talk about why there's more in-game in a moment, but if you look, when you're farming gear, they give you stuff that allows you to level your gear just for farming gear. So you can both get the gear and level the gear by just farming dungeons. And farming dungeons here is going to be your majority of your in-game content. So what I'm going to show you real quick is a dungeon run while I continue explaining the game. Now, the dungeon run you're going to be watching here is a poison-based composition, which I have effectively one person, Zatlux right here you're watching. He goes first. He kills through the waves. And then after he kills through the waves, our other people go and apply poisons to the boss, and that is going to allow us to kill the boss over time by the enemy taking turns and the poisons ticking. Now, this team in particular is really good against the Queen dungeon, but you can also use a version of this team against other dungeons, and this is where I'm going to be getting my gear from. Okay, so this is what the in-game gear farming dungeon looks like currently, and it is actually quite difficult. It's going to take you a little bit of time to get there. However, once you do the dungeon, this is going to take a moment because they're going to do their turn, so I'm just going to retreat real quick. Once you do the dungeon and you have better gear and all that, is the game over? What do you do once you farm the gear and have the heroes you want? No, the game is not over, and I'm going to give you more reasons why. If you go to the dungeon here and you actually end up looking at the Void Tower, there is a normal Void Tower, which is kind of like our Doom Tower. Then there's a hard version, which is like our hard version of Doom Tower, and they run consecutively, so you can do them both. Then, after you complete hard, it unlocks the Mythic Tower, which is insanely difficult, and only a few people have actually cleared that. Speaking of insanely difficult, there's Bounty Hunter missions, which go harder and harder and harder as you level, and have different heroes you have to defeat in order to get there. I have not completed this yet, but I do believe I'm at the power level to be able to complete this. It is just pure laziness. There's also plenty of content you can do, because if you go back to the dungeon list here, you can see Endless Trials. This is the part I've been really bad about. You see all of these. When you click on these and you go through these endless trials, it is like a map that you go through, and you crush all of these different map levels, and then unlocks the next one. And while you're doing the map, it's all these battles. So if you're like Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes fan, you're going to be familiar with this type of process. This is kind of like Conquest in Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes. You get some bonus stats, okay? And then on top of it, you're going to be able to recruit heroes to help you out, or you can do recruitment or artifact battles, which will give you different rewards as well. And this is called Endless Trials because it goes on very long. And yes, you can see there's rewards, etc. It goes all the way up to level 70. And then there's a black market, which you can use the tokens you get to go ahead and purchase stuff to help you out as well with that. Now, that is Endless Trials. There's more content in this game. Like when you are doing something, you might randomly get a mission that what the mission is it asks you to get a teammate to beat something. Like this guy T-Man right here just had a mission, okay? So he's asking me to go in and help him with his mission, and if I beat this mission, he's going to get a reward, and I am also going to get a reward. So what I'm going to do is I'm putting my poison team, because they're the people with my best gear on right now, and we're going to go ahead and we're going to run this, and I will show you, here's another thing you can do, and this is something you're going to want to make sure you do, because the rewards can be quite good. You can even get the good shards that will allow you to pull other heroes, okay? So it's not just a completely worthless side of the game that you completely ignore and it's just like, oh, it's not fun. It is actually quite important, and you get the benefit of sort of being able to interact with your friends at the same time, because what you're effectively doing is helping them out with their dungeon. Once they've sent this and 3 friends have helped them out, it completes it for them, and they get like 6-star legendary gear. They get really good rewards. It's not small rewards, and this is another reason you want people on your friends list. Also, when people are on your friends list, you get a support hero from them, which means you can actually use their hero in your battle. This is another way you can help and interact with your friends. So if you have a coworker or something that is quite interested in the game, you can say, hey, download the game, use my Zadlux, you'll get all the way through your campaign, no problem. Now, there's a limit. They can only use it 3 times per day, but there is no limit to using different friends once. So if you have multiple friends, and hopefully you do, you can add me if you want in the game. I'm Darth Micro. You can use my heroes. You can clear through a lot of the content with completely free to play. It's not a pay to play thing. You don't have to pay to have access to other Wells heroes who have paid. So for that reason, it's also additionally exciting. Now, the Magic Pass here is $10, and it will give you a legendary hero as well as all the goodies you're seeing here. It's basically a battle pass. This is probably one of the best deals if you are going to spend money. And then in the shop, if I'm being honest, the shop deals are complete garbage. So if you're wondering the greed of this game, even though you get legendaries easier, the greed of this game is as greedy as Raid Shadow Legends, okay? I do not agree with people that say this game is better pricing. I used to think that, but as I got into it, I understand it's actually not. There are pop-up offers that are way better pricing than what they have in the shop, and I would recommend purchasing those over it. However, other than that, the monthly cards are going to be your best value. You're going to be getting yourself diamonds every day, as well as some bonus experience and gold, sort of like a raid pass, but that actually basically gives you the premium currency, which will help you do polls, etc. every day, which can be quite exciting. And then the very first purchase, I bought the $100, you get a 2x bonus of that. So you get twice your value. After that, the packs are basically trash if you're a whale. Other than that, if you're a Kraken, you can go through and buy whatever you want, I suppose. But none of the offers are something I am proud of. And the amount of money I've spent in this game was not very efficient. The $4,000 did get me this account. And there's something else you should know. There's light dark legendaries. So if you are very excited by high levels of dopamine, the way the summoning actually works is if you look at the summon details here, you can see the chance is 1% to get a legendary hero, which includes the light dark, okay? Epic heroes are 10%, which includes the light dark. The elite heroes are 89%. But then if you look here, light dark legendary heroes are 0.10% because there is less light dark legendaries within this pool of legendary heroes than there are standard heroes. And the light dark legendaries do tend to be better than the standard ones. So there is a level of, oh my God, I just got an insane pull. And I have some reactions of really like me pulling the very best hero in the game on my second channel, which will be in the pinned comment if you want to see more Awaken Chaos era content. So to wrap up this video and let you guys know, is this game worth the hype? Yes and no. It is worth the hype as a free-to-play player. If you are a player who wants to play a game without spending any money, or if you want to spend about $50 a month, this game is worth 100% of the hype. If you're going to be spending thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars, and I'm talking the smaller percentage of people, but there are these people that exist, you know it, it's Darth Microtransaction, okay? The game hype in terms of value for your dollar is the same as other gacha games in my own personal opinion. So it is a balance. It is worth playing, but it is not worth spending your money on. That doesn't mean it's not a good game. That doesn't mean that I'm not excited by it. I am going to be playing this. I'm going to be continuing to work on my channel on this because not only, if I'm being bluntly honest, does this game pay well on YouTube, but people are also interested in this content. On top of it, I legitimately enjoy the game. I don't have to sit here and fake it. Okay, I love that. I can't fake stuff. I've never really been that good at faking stuff, to be quite honest with you. And it comes out in my content when I'm playing games like Raid Shadow Legends and you see me just fucking around with new accounts, for lack of a better way to put it. Hopefully this has been a bluntly honest review for you guys. It has helped you. And if it has helped you, consider subscribing to this channel, liking the videos. It will help this video become more popular, hitting the bell if you want to be notified, and joining the second channel with all the same garbage I just said for the main channel on the second channel, which is Awaken Chaos focused and already has tons of guides, informations, let's plays for the free-to-play episodes, content clearing the in-game, everything you're going to need if you're interested in the game. I love you all. Thanks for watching this review, and I'll see you on the next video.